Hey guys, it's Kate Perez from nature-tribe.org, and I wanted to point out something that happened right at the end of the City Council meeting on March 28th. Just at the end, Herman Cole suddenly made this kind of wild claim that the staff had been attacked by the Titusville Environmental Council, and that they shouldn't have to put up with this, and it was horrible and all this stuff. Well, there's no recording of that I can show you. But what happened is that one member of staff was questioned kind of emphatically, but not insulted or yelled at or anything like that. And hey, hello, this is their job to answer the questions of the Titusville Environmental Council. But Cole's claiming that they were abused somehow, which is just not true. And he's using that as a way to say, we should put them on notice and they should be disbanded if they can't behave. So that's the important part. He's looking for a way to get rid of the Titusville Environmental Council because, the council doesn't like what they say, and especially Scott Larice doesn't like being questioned about the environmental impacts of some of the things they're doing. Watch it here.
Go ahead. Thank you for bringing that up.
I'm done, and
I'm not.
Herman,
Herman's on a rant today. I want to, and I don't know how many people are aware of what happened at the TEC board meeting on March 15th. And, TEC is an advisory board to our council. And as such, they make recommendations to us. We take those recommendations very seriously, and we vote for what we think is in the best interest of the 50 some odd people we have in Texas. 50,000 some odd people, yeah. But what disturbed me about the board, how the board attacked our staff members and city council during their meeting. I don't know why there was such anger and verbal abuse of us and the staff that supports us. And I think this kind of behavior on a committee that we appoint is totally unacceptable. I don't believe that our professional planning staff should ever be exposed to such an environment from an advisory committee appointed by us in the future. I think that, if I was in their position, I probably would want to quit. They should not have to put up with this ridiculous and unwanted behavior. I believe the council should put TEC on notice now that this will not ever happen again in future meetings, period. If the TEC cannot comply with this simple request to treat our staff with dignity and respect that is due them and due every human being, they should be removed from this committee.
I don't disagree with the
So some background on this. On March 6th, I sent a letter to a bunch of people who signed up for these emails on a mailing list, and I pointed out that the city had still not certified the results of our election regarding the Right to Clean Water Amendment. It passed by 82%. The city has not certified that amendment as passing. Instead, they prefer to pay a lot of money to outside lawyers with our tax dollars to try and find a judge who will strike it down so they don't have to certify it, so they can essentially evade the will of the people. And on March 8th at 11:30 a.m., I realized that Stan Johnson had forwarded this private mailing list letter to the city council members and also to Scott Larice, the city manager. So at 2:52 p.m., I sent an apology to the city council because I did call them clowns in this letter. I told them that even though the signature on it was Tom Perez, my husband, I'm the owner of the MailChimp list, not him, and that he would never call them clowns. And I apologized. I said it was childish and unfair. But I'm the owner of the list. Tom's not a techie. I wrote that letter, and I signed Tom's name because he's kind of the face of the right to clean water fight. I'm like the techie behind the curtain, if you know what I mean. So I straightened that out with them. Then I realized that Scott Larice had also received that from Stan. So I forwarded that apology to him as well, and I said the same thing to him. I apologize to you, Mr. Larice, and I shouldn't have called anyone a clown, but my husband did not write that letter. So that was on March 9 at 5:19. Well, on March 11, Rotary informs my husband Tom that Scott Larice has made misconduct allegations against him, and he wants Tom kicked out of Rotary. So I sent on March 11 a follow-up to the MailChimp mailing list to all the original recipients. I told them that I had written that letter and it had nothing to do with Tom. So Larice knew that that wasn't from Tom, but he's using it as an excuse to get him kicked out of Rotary. And I'm wondering, who do you think gave that paper to Cole to read that he read at the end of the city council meeting where he tried to get rid of the TEC? Because my husband happens to be one of the members of the Titusville Environmental Commission, and he's also, the main man behind the Right to Clean Water Amendment. He got most of the signatures for it. He was out there for almost a year, every week, every few days, getting those signatures. So, make your own conclusion whether you think this is a personal vendetta or, it's about, hey, if we just get rid of these guys, my husband's a chemist and all of the members of the TEC are scientists. If we just get rid of them and we don't certify the results of the election, we won't have to worry about getting busted for sewage dumping and filthy water that's full of PFAS chemicals. Just wanted you to know that.